AJ late night with AJ, bro.
All right, guys, what's going on? It's the Culture Geek Network. I'm your host, AJ. I've got my buddy in the house, Ian from Hoodrat Comics. What's going on, Ian?
I'm good, man. How you doing, bro? It's late night with AJ, bro. Like, I'm down.
Yeah, you were just saying that. I like that.
Yeah,
Late night with AJ. Yeah, I
I
mean,
like that, dude.
I should change it to late night with AJ.
I like it, dude. Like, it's just late night chat, man. We're just hanging out, dude. Two guys,
Yeah,
man. You know,
yeah. I
good
mean,
sleep.
with my work schedule, like I had this new, well, not new, but right now my work schedule like 11 8:30.
Hmm.
So I don't get home till like 9ish, and I gotta settle in and all that stuff. But
I know,
it's
man.
all good.
Mondays are usually hard for me, bro. Like, I work until like I think I remember I used to do like the Monday night comic book jive. We used to do that show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was me, Dan Delatorre, Hudat, and and Efren. But man, I mean, I started my Mondays became crazy, bro. So I couldn't do them anymore. Just my position changed, man. So I had to work late on Mondays, so it sucked.
Oh,
But
just the Mondays though.
yeah, Mondays, man, I work pretty late, man. It's like 9:30, 10. And then
Oh,
the rest of the
damn.
week is kind of cool. But
Yeah, yeah.
Mondays always suck, bro. I haven't seen like Monday Night Football in like a year. None of them last season. No Monday Night Football, bro.
Yeah. What's your team?
Oh, I'm a Raider fan, man. Like
Okay.
born and bred, bro. I mean, I've been a Raider fan since they were in LA, man. I grew up in Oakland, so like I just had family members who were Raider fans when they were in Oakland, and when they left to LA, they continued to be Raider fans. So I just followed along, man.
Right, 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 right. I wanted to get before we get going with the whole show. I mean, let's introduce you and figure out like what's your background, how you got to your collecting, and also I'm also curious how you got all the way to San Diego, man.
Oh man, what do you want to start with, bro?
All right, let's start with when you started collecting and what do you collect, and then we can transition to like I guess your story of how you ended up from Oakland to San Diego.
Oh yeah, man. Man, I've been a diehard, you know, um, diehard Star Wars fan since the beginning. So I don't care what anybody says, man. Like I know Star Wars is kind of like dead right now, but bro, it was dead for us for like what, like good like 30 years. So
Yeah, yeah,
why do I even care what you guys think, you newbies? Like, like I could care less. Like that's what I mean. Marvel one day is gonna go in the dumps, and let's see who's left. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
who's left? Like because a lot of these fans are like, they became fans because of movies, and all that stuff. But I've been a Star Wars fan since I was born, bro. I remember like going to like Kmart, bro. Remember Kmart?
Yeah,
We go
yeah.
to Kmart. They'd be like red light special in the toy section, $1 off, $1 for every Star Wars figure, bro. I'd be running over there, man. Remember, it was like stacks and stacks of like, carded like Star Wars figures, man. I remember it was like tons of Darth Vader, bro. And anytime I would tell my mom like, oh, it's only $1, my mom would like throw a slipper at my head and like, hit me with it, bro. Bro, it was like it's traumatic, man, because I remember. You remember those days? Because we're the same age, right, AJ? Like I'm 46. How old are you, bro?
I'm 45. Yeah,
Oh
45.
shit, we're
So we're
same
yeah,
age.
we're
You
yeah,
you
same age.
remember it? Yeah, you
Yeah.
remember those days, man. Like don't you remember that like the figures for Star Wars, like the vintage stuff was $1. Don't you remember that? They were like
Dude,
a
I
dollar.
yeah, I remember like it was
Yeah,
so easy to get that stuff. I
it was
mean,
so
it
cheap.
still is now, but I mean,
But no, but we're talking about carded. All that matters.
yeah.
If you're like in it for like like a price point, man. If it's not carded, it's not worth that much, right? Like
Yeah.
unless
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
got Boba Fett with the shooting freaking rocket,
Yeah, dude,
no matter what,
they just had that. I think someone just auctioned that off or something like that. Like, it's like the most expensive Star Wars
That's
collectible.
it doesn't even matter, bro. If that one's like, I don't even think there was ever a package for that one because it just came as
I,
a coupon,
yeah, like a mail-in or something like
a
that.
mail-in coupon, bro. Would come in like in a box and you could just shoot someone's eyes out with that thing, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I have the one where it's stuck.
Yeah, I have this. Yeah, I have like a ton of them that were stuck because I just kept buying them. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna try and find the one, that shoots, but I could never find it, bro. But yeah, man, I started as a Star Wars collector, man, and I don't know, man. I got the first time I was introduced to like comics was when I was living in Hawaii. And I think I was like 6 or 7, man. And like we didn't have a laundry, we didn't have like washer, to wash our clothes. So we would go to Hilo. We go to Hilo because it's a big island. We go to Hilo, and then we go there all day, like to wash clothes, because my mom wouldn't wash clothes until like we had no clothes left, bro. So
Oh,
yeah, because
damn.
it's one trip, man. It was like we lived in this little small town, and like in Nalehu, it's like in Kau near Pahala, and it was like a 40-minute trip to Hilo. So we went to Hilo, man. We had to wash all the clothes. So while my mom was washing clothes, my mom would give us like $5 each, and she goes, "Okay, go to the bookstore." And she didn't even know what the bookstore was, bro. It was a comic shop. It was like right next to the washer. Everybody that grew up in Hilo, man, knows what I'm talking about, man. There's a laundromat, and then right next door was a comic book store. And then I would go in there, man. And then my brother, he was all into Ninja Turtles, right? So my brother actually bought like the number 1, 2, and 3. I think it was like the first or second prints of the number ones for TMT. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he left it in Hawaii, and he knows how much those things are worth.
Oh, damn, dude.
Like, man, the rats ate it probably already, bro. Like it's gone. But I would buy
Is,
go ahead.
is that comic book store in Hawaii still there?
I don't know, bro. I haven't been back in Hilo for like 20 years, dude. Like the last time I was there was like a long time ago,
Oh, shit. Yeah.
hell a long time ago. So I don't even know if it's there. If it is, man, like I don't know, man. Maybe I'll try and hit it up, like, you know, when I go back. But I haven't been there since, man. But I would buy paper trade backs of like the Nam. Remember the Nam? Back in the
Wait.
day, like that.
No, no, no. What is that?
It was like just a comic book about Vietnam, man. It was called Nam.
Oh, the Marvel
Yeah,
ones, right?
yeah, the Marvel ones. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Remember it back in those days? Remember that show, The Nam? Remember on TV? You
Man,
remember that? It was like on ABC or CBS, man.
no,
I was,
I was
I was
watching Fall Guy at that
bro. I was,
time.
I was fascinated with Vietnam, bro, because my dad was in Vietnam, and I don't know, man. Like when you're a little kid, bro, like you see people running through the jungle, and with the M16s, bro, just like it's the best, bro. You're like, man, I want to live that life, whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know. But
No,
no, man, I would buy.
as a kid, I thought I wanted to be Rambo,
I
so I
know.
understand that. Yeah.
I think I wanted to be like. I think when I was a kid, bro, like during that time, I was like all into this whole like thing about. We would go to the back of my house because, in Hawaii, man, like like back of your house is a jungle, bro. Like, like you go to the jungle and you play like kind of like fake gunfights.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and we'd have all these cap guns, bro, and we go in the back and just start, playing cap gun like war back there, like it was Vietnam. And I
Do
wanted
they
to be like,
even make cap guns? They don't even make. That's got to be
bro,
illegal
my
now, right?
my my cap gun, bro, was like a Beretta. It looked real. It looked real, bro. It looked real, and it popped hard. And then it would have, remember the how the pop the, the it would work the pop guns. It would like go in a circle, the little circle ones.
Yeah,
Pop,
yeah,
pop,
yeah,
pop,
yeah,
pop.
yeah.
Yeah. Then you had to like replace it, dude, and pop, 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 pop. But yeah, man, I had a little Beretta and everything, bro. And I remember watching like I think it was Die Hard 2 was out back then, and I wanted to be like him, man, like Bruce Willis, bro. Like McClane. I was like, just like hippie ki just you know. But
Yeah.
I mean, that all kind of led to like Nam and all that stuff. And after Nam, man, I started, I don't know, man. I read Nam the whole thing, and I started reading my brother's TMT, and Ninja Turtles and stuff. And we started buying paper trade back because I remember back in those days, man, like when I bought TMT, like the first TMT, or my brother had it. He had like the first. I think he had the first 10. It was all black and white, bro. It was like there was no color. Remember
Yeah.
those days? And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this is the
yeah.
shittiest. I was like, this is the shittiest comic ever, bro. There's not even no color. Like why is everybody like this? Like why does everybody like this Ninja Turtle stuff, bro? It's like, like it was like just black and white. So, but Ninja Turtles they got popular. Remember the toys would come out. When the toys came out,
I had the toys. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
bro, I don't know, man. Like we were living in Hawaii at that time, and I remember we would go to like to stores in Hilo and Kona, and they would have them, bro. And I would be like, "Mom, can I please have one?" And I get smacked, bro. I never had a Ninja Turtle, like I would never had a Ninja Turtle toy ever, and now I have them all. Look, all right here, bro. Like I just, that first row, you can't
Yeah.
really see it, but they're all Ninja Turtles, bro.
Are they the NECA or
The
like
NECA
from?
ones, the
Yeah.
NECA ones from like San Diego Comic Con, like 2017. Um, but yeah, man, they're sick, bro. So that's my little Ninja Turtle panel because my mom always never let me have them. God bless my mom and rest in peace. She knows if she's sitting here, she's probably laughing. Like she goes, "Yeah, I remember hitting you, dude." So like yeah, dude, she would never even let us in the store, man. She would like did your mom ever do this to you, bro? Like she knew we'd bug us about toys, so she like leave us in the car, in the hot sun, bro, and we just be sitting in the car all bored.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
no, no, yeah,
You couldn't do that these days, bro. You get called. Yeah, they call CPS on you, bro.
no, no, you can't. Yeah, I mean, the things that our parents got away with, like it would be ridiculous now.
It'd be ridiculous, bro. No, but then
Yeah,
we got that, and then I kind of fell off comics, and then I got back into comics around like I don't know, like 1999, 2000. Then stopped, and then came back. You know how we do. You
yeah,
know.
that's how I think a lot of us, especially our age, we were collecting and then we stopped and we got back in.
Yeah, but I've been always collecting toys though, like because traumatized kid, man, no toys, bro. So I always collect, like I always been like an action figure guy, like action figure everything, man, like Ninja Turtles, Marvel stuff, Star Wars stuff, tons of it, man. And now I have a
What about GI Joe and He Man?
oh, bro, GI Joe and He Man for sure, bro. I met my buddy, man. I didn't see my buddy for a long time, like because I lived a little bit in this place called Modesto, California. You know
Dude, no,
Modesto?
I grew up right. We were neighbors, man. I grew up,
Yeah,
in
bro.
Manteca. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're in Northern California, you bounce around, man. Like it's in Oakland, and I lived in like Stockton and Modesto, and
Well, you
then
lived in Stockton too.
bro, I graduated high school from Bear Creek, bro.
Oh, dude. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's a possibility because I'm from Manteca. From the guys that were on C-list villains, Red's from Lathrop,
Oh yeah.
E-Man's from Manteca. So I'm pretty sure we must know.
Everybody knows everybody in there, bro.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
if I have a lot of family that lives in Modesto, so we lived in Modesto, man. And my buddy, I didn't see him for like, dude, he was like one of my first friends, like my first best friends, and we didn't see each other for like 30 years, dude. And we met up like a month ago, and then we were at In and Out, and I was like, bro, like, and I was like, I remember, man, when we were kids, and you had all those He-Mans, bro, all those He-Mans and Thundercats. He goes, bro, I had them all, and I had them all in a package, and my freaking brother took them and sold them all. I'm like, you damn, bro, like. I was like, man, because he had them all. He had all the He-Mans, Thundercats, and all that stuff. He collected it, and he collected like starting lineups. So all of us, what we would do, like in my
Oh, the
neighborhood, bro.
baseball, the basketball ones.
Oh yeah, bro. Like we would like, bro. We were gambling since we were young, bro. like we'd have like basketball games and like 3-point contests for like we would bet our action figures. So I'd bet like three of my starting lineups for one of his like Lionos, and like let's do it, bro. Around the world, like 3-pointers. See who wins, and then either one of us would go with home all of them, bro, or one of us would leave with none because it would go all night until we like bankrolled the other person all his
Right,
toys,
right, right. Yeah, yeah,
But then they win it back the next day, so like it all kind of like went back and forth.
yeah, yeah. Dude, I wanted to ask you just to because I know you said you're a Star Wars guy. I want to know because you said you love it all. So then, what are your thoughts then on the Acolyte cancellation?
Bro, I couldn't even finish that thing, bro. I think bro, the best. Come on, we got it. It started super interesting. When Trinity was, I didn't
Yeah,
know the
yeah, yeah,
character,
yeah.
bro. That first scene, I was like, this is gonna be the shiz. I was like, this is what we've been waiting for. And then it all went downhill from there. I was like, why'd you have to kill her off the first 5 minutes? She was like it was the best. I thought it was like one of the best fight scenes ever in Star Wars,
It
right?
was a good intro for her. Yeah,
I mean, I was like, dude, they're bringing the Matrix into Star Wars. This kind of works, like the whole like kind of pseudo martial arts with like like the whole like you know Asian influence of like gliding. I was
Yeah,
like, this
it
could
had a
be
bit of
it.
that kung fu,
Yeah.
old school like kung fu fighting vibe. Yeah,
Yeah, but then man, they killed her off, bro. Like, she came back here and there on, what I saw, but
on the flashbacks. Yeah,
yeah, but I couldn't finish it, dude. I was just like, I'm not too into it, man. But that new show, what is it called? The Skeleton Crew? That one looks good. That one looks good.
wait,
The
is
whole
that? I
Disney
haven't
one?
seen that one. Is it live action?
Yeah, it's a live action. It's coming out in like in a month or so. Yeah, it looks good, bro. It looks like they're kind of trying to do Goonies, like kind of a Goonies Star Wars type of thing, you know, like where like
Dude,
they have.
I gotta look that up then because I didn't even know that there was gonna. I was even thinking about like canceling my Disney Plus, but
Bro,
I might have to just wait until this one at least.
I don't know, man. I don't have Disney Plus, if you know what I'm saying, bro. I
Uh,
don't.
I hear you. I hear you, man.
I got Disney Plus, bro, like last month just for D23. Because if you had Disney Plus, you either had to be a Disney Plus like subscriber or a D23 like member, and you get all this free stuff. So you had to show your phone and like you're a subscriber. So I got it for that, and then I canceled it, dude. And I didn't even watch anything. I just got it for the show, for a D23, and I didn't keep it because I mean, come on, man. Let's be honest, bro. Like Disney Plus sucks. Like
I
let's
mean,
be
yeah.
honest, bro. It sucks.
If you got kids that watch it consistently, it doesn't. But I mean, in all honesty, I don't even think that many kids are that big on Disney Plus.
Bro, all the kids just watch YouTube. My kid watches YouTube all day long. Like
Yeah.
he don't want nothing to do with cable, bro. He wants to watch like Ronaldo kicking goals. He's on the soccer, bro. So he just watches like all these like Ronaldo doing all his tricks and like beating the top 10 Ronaldo goals, the top 10 Ronaldo whatever, bro. Like whatever he's into, he just watches on YouTube and just watches the whole like YouTube freaking library, which is unlimited.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean,
And free too. So
and free, yeah. I pay for the no. I pay for it, man, because I watch YouTube a lot too. I know we all do, right? And I hate like the
all the commercials.
I hate the commercials, bro. Like every like 20 seconds. So I just paid the $20 a month, bro. And commercial free, best thing I've ever did, man. I'm saving like my life. I'm saving like 10 years of my life of commercials on YouTube. No, bro, because YouTube sucks, man. Like if you don't have that, like it's like every like minute there's a commercial. You'd be like into it, then boom, like like some like woman splashing like Gatorade on her face, like I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I paid the $20, so
Yeah. So okay. So you started getting into the toys, and then how did that transition to comics then?
I don't know, man. I mean, I have an uncle, and he's old school, man. This guy like used to read like bro. He tells me stories of him reading like like ASM 1 through like 20 in the Philippines. Like he would tell me they would like to read the comics. They wouldn't like sell them. They would rent them. So you had to rent
Oh
out like
shit.
a comic book for like a peso. Then you can read it. You have like, and then you would return it, and then you would like give another peso to read another comic. So like, they were, how it is in PI, bro. They're hustlers, bro. Like they're making like, like $100 off one comic. They're not gonna sell it to you. They're just gonna rent it to every kid
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
street, bro. So he used to tell me they would rent it all. So he kind of got me back in, in like the late '90s, man. Like he's big McFarlane fan, man. So Will Portacio and all that stuff. You know how it is, man. He was with like Jim Lee, and all those guys.
The all the '90s
The 90s.
superstars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rob Liefeld, bro. Like, bro, my uncle, bro, like, it's crazy, man. That dude, like, I don't know if he foresaw any of it, but man, he has like 20 like ASM 300s. The dude got like 30 like New Mutants,
Damn.
first Deadpools, and he has all like, but then he has a bunch of crappy like, bunch of crappy like, you know, 20 crappy comics of something, but he scored, a lot of good ones where he had like multiples. Because I go through his collection, I was like, yo, Unc, how about this one, man? You want to give your nephew one of these? He's like, no, put it back, and then he has like, then he had like he has like 50 boxes of like like X-Men 93 and the Impel like 90 like Marvel cards and all that stuff, But sometimes we'll crack them, we'll crack them. That's like, Uncle, let's do some cracking. He's like, all right, man, let's go. We could crack a couple, you know, so we cracked it, and that's that he kind of got me back into it, man, when I was younger, and then I got into it, fell off, got into it, fell off, and then I think I started going to Comic Con around like 2009, and that's when I really got back into it, and I haven't kind of stopped. 2009, 2010, around there,
Yeah.
and it kind of just never stopped, man. Because once you go to San Diego Comic Con, bro, like you get sucked into it all, man. Like I'm going as a Star Wars guy, and then damn, bro, like I'm like buying all these freaking comics with my uncle.
Yeah. Did I don't know if your uncle has a copy, but does he have a copy of the ASM 300 Filipino bootleg?
No, man, he was over here. He was buying all that stuff in Merritt
Oh,
Basin,
okay.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a buddy of mine. His brother-in-law has a copy. It's a beat-up copy, and I asked him if he would sell it to me, but he's like, no, he's that because it's a memento from when he was in the Philippines. But I've seen it. It's legit. There is that bootleg ASM 300 that not a lot of people know about.
Man, I remember that book too, man. When I was like a kid, and when I, we're in out in Northern California, and we had Rayleigh's, and we had what else? What else stores did we have there? We had
Long's
Rayleigh,
drugs.
Long's Drugs, and all that stuff, and they were on the spinners. Remember?
Yeah.
Going there, and the spinners like, oh damn, that's pretty dope. And then my uncle go, that's McFarlane. I'm like, who's that? Like I was like, I don't know who's because I wasn't really into it. Like in like. And then he kind of educated me about it, man. I was like, oh man, I should have grabbed like 20 of those because they were all in the spinner rack. I remember like the spinner rack would have all the comics, man. Like, and they were all, you didn't care if they were bent over or whatever, bro. But I remember those days, man. And then they went back from the spinners and they went on the, the with the magazines. Remember?
Yeah.
And then they
magazine rack. Yeah.
Then they disappeared.
Was there because I know in Manteca there was a comic book store called Comic Dreams. So was there a comic book like what was the comic book store in Stockton and Modesto that you would frequent?
Bro, there was one on Hammer Lane, and the guy sold comic books and cards.
Yeah.
I remember it was next to like this real popular like eatery, and I don't remember the name, but I remember the old guy because he'd always like be smoking. And in Modesto, I remember, and when I was in Modesto, I wasn't really collecting comics. It was more about like cards, like baseball cards, basketball cards. It was like during the the Bash Brother era.
Yeah.
Like the Bash Brothers, bro. Like you got a Canseco, Walt Weiss, or like Ken Griffey Jr. So. Like when I was a kid, bro, like we used to go to the store, we'd buy them, we'd save up our money, or we'd hustle like money, like selling lemonade or whatever. I don't know. We made money, bro. Like somehow, like we used to hustle, bro. We would go up to like Oakland to go to my my uncle's house, and there'd be like a Raider game, or there'd be like an A's game, and we would buy a bunch of water bottles, like big packs, like 35. We'd buy like 7 of them or 6 of them. Me and my brother and my cousin, and we'd sell them all, bro. Like we put them in ice chests, and we sell them all for $1, dude. Like
outside, right?
From the BART, from that little tunnel from the BART to like the Coliseum, and that's how we make our money.
I think so, yeah.
And that's how we make our money, because then we would make our money and we just buy cards with them, bro. Like it was the stupidest shit ever, dude. but we were like, if we could buy these cards, then we could flip the cards with the old guy, So we would like we would have like, I don't know, I mean 35 times 7, we'd have like $230, $240 split between 3, so it's like $70 each or whatever. Like $80 each around. Then we just buy cards, dude, and then we'd like look for all the cards and flip them with the at the card shops, and try to like get more money. We were little hustlers, bro. We didn't sell any drugs or nothing, bro, but we were like hustling cards,
Yeah.
Besides, remember back in those days, man, it was like Donruss and Tops, and I remember like
Fleer too, right?
Fleer and basketball would be like, You know, it was like Skybox. Remember Skybox came
Yeah,
out in
I got
91,
some
92?
some Skybox cards.
Yeah, but I remember, man, like Skybox in the Griffey card, you know, or you know, like it was Griffey, and in football it was like Deion Sanders, you know, like I mean, man, I had tons of Griffey cards, bro, and then I remember like trying to get that Michael Jordan baseball card. Remember that one when he was like when he went to go play for like the minor league.
Yeah,
Remember
the
that?
upper deck one, right?
Yeah, the upper deck one. Yeah, upper deck. It was the Griffey upper deck that we were always after. You know,
Yeah.
because we could flip that one, man. You know, but you know, like you were just little hustlers, bro. You know, like we're trying to like make $1.15. You know, so
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, did you ever? I remember trying to get the Cal Ripken with the curse word at the bottom of the
Oh
bat. Do you
yeah,
remember that one? Yeah.
was that tops? That was tops, right?
It was either Tops or Fleer. I can't remember.
Yeah, man. I remember trying to like get like error cards where they were like reversed, you know? And he like that's an error card, bro. It's reversed. Remember that, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, the reverse error cards and all that other stuff. But man, I mean, you know, like we didn't know it, bro, but they overprinted all that shit. you
I
know,
know.
like
I got like I bought a back when I was a kid. My parents bought me the what was it? The Score. Do you remember Score
I remember score.
cards?
Yeah, score. Yeah, score.
Yeah.
The football scorecards were actually pretty good. Like Derek Thomas. Then they had the Deion Sanders one. You know, like my favorite player was Barry Sanders, so I remember the score Barry Sanders. Remember like the rookie card. You know,
Yeah.
um, yeah, man, I remember all that, dude. But
I
me and my wife were going through all my cards. Like you know, like I have all my cards right here. You know, in my closet. And me and my wife were just going through them, like I think last week, you know, just looking at all the cards. I was like, I know I have a Kobe rookie in here somewhere, you know, like because I remember what was it, man? Like 2000, when was I? 2001 or 2002, like the card market just dropped out. Remember that? Like all the cards were like no one cared about cards. It was all cheap, you know, and I was in you know, I was living in Oakland and we'd always go to the Laney College flea market, bro. Like it's the baddest flea market around, bro. Like the best flea market in the Bay Area, like hands down. I'd be there every weekend, like just like picking, you know.
yeah.
Um, and then this guy that's brought his whole collection, bro, would just selling everything for $1, man. He had and this is like he had the rookie. He had like a ton of rookies for like of Kobe. And I remember like Kobe was kind of like coming up, but everybody was still kind of like, I don't know, man. You know, like is he gonna get playing time? Because remember, he wasn't getting playing time a lot until like his third year, you know,
Yeah.
and he was
But
bald.
he was still doing all right though.
You know, he was still doing it. He was dunking on people and all that stuff, but he wasn't like they weren't playing him, bro. I just remember like I think it was Van Exel, man, was just like keeping him on the bench or something, you know. But I remember this guy had all his rookies, bro, and I was like, I mean, I'll buy them all for $10, and he was like, take them, bro. But I can't find them.
Damn.
I can't.
So you
find them.
could find them in your closet?
I have the one where like his sunglasses are right here on his head, and he's smiling like this and just like this, like the rookie card. Like I can't find it, bro. I don't know if it's at my mom's house or someone stole it from me. I have no idea, bro. But I remember one day I just couldn't find it. I was
Damn.
like, where the hell did my freaking like all my Kobe rookie cards go? You know, like I don't know, man. You know, but
Is that the most like I don't really know. I don't follow his rookie cards, but is that one of the more expensive ones? Does he have like
I think so.
really high
I mean,
end ones?
I don't know. I don't know if it's expensive or not. I know I just want to find it because I know I have it.
Right,
You know, like,
right. Yeah.
You know, because I have like Jordan rookie cards. I have like 3 of them. Because when we were
Dude.
kids, man, when we were kids, we would just, what was his rookie year? Whatever. But he would just
83 or 84?
80, yeah. I mean, we saved up money and we would just buy them because we were like, I think they were like $80, $80 or $100 when I was a kid. And I remember they were at the card shop, the old man card shop. He kind of kept it in a case that spun, you know? And we're like, bro, I'm going to flip all these baseball cards and I'm going to get that freaking Jordan card, you know? And it was like in case and everything. It wasn't graded or nothing. But man, I flipped all my cards and bought that, you know, I kept buying like Jordan rookies. I had like 6 of them and I sold like 3 of them as I grew up, you know?
Yeah.
And I kept 3 in. I should get them graded, but they've always been in the case. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I mean, because I mean that Like that is one that I definitely would recommend getting graded because
I should, man, because I could probably, buy a new car with that shit, but
is it that much?
I think so, man. I mean, I could look it up right now, bro. I mean, I don't know if mine's a gem, like a 10, but it's in good condition, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see right now. Jordan rookie card.
Fleer, right?
Is that with was it with Flair? I don't even remember.
Yeah, I think it was Fleer, man. Fleer 86. 3,500 for a bro. 3,500 for a 4.5. 5.5 is 4,450.
Oh yeah. If you got a high grade one, then yeah,
Let's see. Let's,
definitely.
let's let's see a 9. Dude, these are all kind of low grades too. Oh, here's a 9. 21.5.
Oh, dude.
Centered.
Yeah, man.
I think mine would be close. I have like 3 more left, man. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I might. It's hard to part with those, bro. It's like I don't know, man. I have too much emotional attachment to that stuff, dude. Because it took a
Yeah,
lot of
because it was yeah, it's your when you were a kid.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna ride my bike, bro. Like like guarding these cars in my backpack, bro. Like trying to swindle the old man. Like bro, all these Tim Clarks right here, man. Because remember, Tim Clark was hot back then, and like we're from the Northern California, so everybody loved the Giants. And remember, it was you know Tim Clark and Kevin. What was his name, man? The center
Kevin
field.
Mitchell.
Kevin Mitchell. Bro, I would
Yeah,
hustle
yeah,
those
yeah.
cars big time. Like, man, I got like five Tim Clarks and I got 5 like Kevin Mitchells, man. Give me $20 for all of it.
See, I was an A's fan growing up as a kid. I
I was
don't
a
really.
fan too.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't
a
watch.
fan too.
I don't watch baseball anymore. But if I have to choose a team, I'm always going to choose the A's, just because of like nostalgic factor. You know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. The A's. Yeah. I love the A's too, man. But for some reason, the Giants always sold better. I don't know. I don't know why. Like Tim Clark and Kevin Mitchell. Like when we were kids.
Yeah.
Uh, my favorite player is Ricky Henderson, man. I love Ricky Henderson.
Oh man, yeah, dude. Ricky Henderson was at one point. Well, at one point, McGuire was, then Ricky Henderson was too.
Bro, like Ricky Henderson, man. I mean, I would go to the A's games just to be in right field behind him.
Yeah.
I would ditch school to go behind him, bro. Like just to watch Ricky Henderson, man. Steal bases.
Yeah.
The one thing I regret is not like ditching school with my friends to go see him break the record. That's the one thing I have regrets, man. I was like, man, I should have ditched school with everybody to freaking watch him break the record, but.
Does he still hold the all time stolen bases?
I don't know, bro. I mean, I bet, man. No one's still bases like Ricky, bro.
Yeah. Well, him and what's his name? I mean, the guy Ozzie Guillen from the Cardinals, he was doing okay,
Yeah.
but
No, he got nothing on Ricky Henderson.
yeah, he wasn't hitting Ricky Henderson numbers up for sure.
Yeah, no, he didn't have swag like Ricky, dude. Like, but yeah, man. I remember like before Mount Davis, they would put it in. There was this like bleacher seats, like remember cement seats.
Yeah.
Sit right behind Ricky, bro. And then Ricky left, went to the Yankees and bounced around. And he came back in like, I think it was like 98. He came back to the A's to retire. Bro, I was at every game as a 20-year-old. Just ask my wife, dude. We were together. I was always at the games. Cause like, man, I'm gonna go to every game that Ricky's playing. Cause I know this is like the last couple of years, man.
Yeah,
playing.
yeah.
I would just go. So.
So how did you transition from moving out to San Diego, man? Because that's a wide, like a big move.
My wife, man, she so I'm a big surfer, so I would, I was surfing all the time, man, in the Bay Area. I was just, I was just like I was young and man, I had a good back, like my back isn't the way it used to be when I was young, but I was surfing all the time, man. I would like
Right.
surf at Ocean Beach, man. We'd surf all along the one. We'd always go to Santa Cruz, like to surf. That's kind of where I like Santa Cruz is kind of where I became the surfer, that I am because, man, to surf in Santa Cruz, bro, you had to put up with a lot of crap from locals, like it's the most local, the locals there, man, are like local crazy, bro. Like,
Right, right, right.
yeah, and you surf steamer lane, bro, like, and you catch a good wave, you're not a local, bro. All the kids are throwing rocks at you from the freaking cliff,
Oh,
like, go
damn.
home. Like, what school did you go to? All this crap, man. So you learn, man, like, how to be a tough surfer. Plus, it's cold water, and you're dealing with sharks all the time out there, man. So, um, but my wife, she got a job offer, a promotion to come to San Diego. And man, I was just kind of done, with like my job there, man. It was a tough job. And I was just like, she just said, "What do you think about moving to San Diego? I got a job offer." I was like, "Let's go, man. Warmer water, change of life, man. I can get just get a fresh start." And it was like the best thing we ever done, man, was moving here,
Yeah, yeah,
because it's just San Diego. There's no other place like San Diego, man. It's an awesome place to live every day, man. I'm just like thankful and blessed to be like here, like to
yeah,
have a home here, to have bought a home here, to have property in San Diego, and to be like here until I die, and a
yeah,
son
yeah,
that's born and raised San Diegan, man. He didn't have to deal with the stuff we had to deal with. No, Northern Cali, how Northern California is. People
yeah.
don't know, bro. It's tough. It's tough growing up out there, man. No matter where you live, like Oakland, Stockton, Modesto, Manteca, it's all the hood, bro. Right? I mean, it's all hood.
It is. I mean, I'll
Freaking
be.
hood.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little more like fortunate, like because like I Stockton was rough.
Yeah.
It was like I
Modesto
think.
I lived on the west side of Modesto, bro, and my best friend was like, "Bro, that place I moved out of a long time ago, man. It's hell now." I was like, "Damn, I thought it was hell when we were kids," like. But I mean, San Diego, man, it's like they call it like Never Neverland, bro, because no one ever grows up here. I swear to God, bro. Like you come here, man, it's like you pay the taxes. The taxes are high, man. It's expensive to live here, but I wouldn't want to live anywhere else in the United States of America than here. Like
Right.
period,
Yeah.
man. Like it's like, dude, it's an awesome place to live, man. Like I mean, we're super blessed, man, and like it just I want nothing to do with anywhere else,
Yeah.
bro.
No, I
You
feel
know.
you, man. I mean,
I
I
mean,
don't live in.
you live in Irvine. I mean, you live in OC. It's kind of the same. Like, it's way better than living in Northern California, bro. Like, this is say, bro. Like, it
It
just
is.
is.
It is.
It
Yeah.
is. I
Yeah.
used to hate Southern California. I'd be like, man, f those people in LA, bro, because I always thought like it was just LA. But once you get past LA, bro, and like, and you go into OC, like OC on South is cool,
Yeah.
and then you got the East, which is Riverside County, and but there's parts of Riverside County that are cool too, like Temecula. Temecula is a dope place, like, but yeah, man, like hands down, man, San Diego is the best place in I think. I don't know, bro. I travel around the world, man, and there's no other place, man. I always thought Santa Cruz was like would be a good place to settle. Like I was like, yeah, man, and Santa Cruz would be cool, man. Like it's sunny and there's waves, but shit, man, and you go to San Diego. I mean, there's waves too, but like there's so much more. Like it's just
Yeah.
not a surf town. Like it's there's like a lot of awesome culture here, and and awesome people, and just awesome things going on all the time. You could be a nerd, you could be a surfer, you could be a freaking a bro, whatever. No one cares, man. Everybody just does their own thing, dude. Everybody's cool with it.
Yeah. I mean that is one thing that I could say about living in Southern California. Like we get a lot of perks.
Oh,
Um,
bro, it's worth what we pay. It's expensive as hell to live out here, right? I
yeah.
mean, in the
Yeah.
OC too, but
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, would you want to live anywhere else, bro? Like,
No, I mean, like, I got a buddy. It's funny you're talking about that because I got a buddy of mine. So this past Saturday, I had dinner with some friends at one of their houses, and I got a buddy of mine. He lives in LA, like San Gabriel area, and he was saying, like, yeah, no matter what, like, there's no way I would ever leave like Southern California.
no, man, I just never, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only time I'll leave, bro, is when you got to put me in a hole in, Southern California, and I'll be good, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. So we've talked about all that stuff, and I know that you're big on jujitsu, man. I'm kind of curious to know, like, How did you get into that? How did you get into jiu-jitsu?
Oh man, I don't know, man. Like the first time I ever heard about jiu-jitsu was like Anthony Bourdain. You know, like he was on like who's that guy who does all the interviews on PBS? You know, um,
The
that white guy with brown hair, the old white guy. You know,
he interviews all the actors, right?
yeah,
Man, I forgot his name.
PBS interview show. Let's see, Anthony Bourdain. I want to remember this because I talked about this with one of my friends the other day. He asked me the same thing, man. Um,
So wait,
oh,
you were never big on like UFC then?
I didn't know what UFC was, bro. I was never. I always thought it was like conservative mumbo jumbo, bro. For reals, like
Really?
yeah, man. I was never a fighter or whatever. I was just a surfer, man. And I heard so Anthony Bourdain did this whole interview on PBS with that whatever that dude's name. You guys all know who he is. But he talked about like jiu-jitsu, man. He was like, yeah, man, like when I go in there, like I have the worst day and I come out, I have, like everything's cool, man, and my body feels good, and I have a lot of friends. I was like, and then I saw like then I looked him up, and he did this tournament in New York with IBJJF, and bro, he was serious, bro. Like he was like cut and everything, like good shape, and he won a gold medal, man. Like there, he was like in the Masters 6 or whatever with the old guys,
Right.
But I thought it was pretty cool, man. And I listened to Joe Rogan a lot, and I would just listen to like the fighters, him talk with the fighters, because they always give good tips on like staying in shape, which is an important thing to me. And he'd always talk about jiu-jitsu as like the martial art that keeps its promise. Its promise, like it actually works. So like I don't know, man. I was going through a pretty tough time in my life, man, and I just I didn't have surfing because I had moved a little bit east, here to Escondido, which is about 20 miles from the beach. I was living like near the beach, prior, like in La Jolla, like 5 minutes away from my spot.
Right.
Yeah. So I needed like a change, man. So my jiu-jitsu gym, man, like Prism with Nick Angelini, like it was on Instagram, on my hoodrat Instagram. It kept showing up. I don't know what the hell. I was reading my mind, like, and I was like,
It
man,
was telling you got to do it, right?
yeah, but you would say like, you get like a month free, like, or something like 2 weeks free to try it out. And I was like, always just skimming through it. And then I just texted him, bro. Shit, man, I can read that shit to you too, right? Like I actually have it, man. Like the first text I ever sent him, man. And I was just like, hey, man, like I saw you on Instagram, and I want to, oh, it's not there. Dude, let me see here. I tell you what I wrote to him, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, bro. I said, hi, I like to try one month free of jiu-jitsu. That's what I told him, bro. Then he's like, good morning, man. Sounds great. So the way the process works is that we can schedule your first class. You can come in and train and see how you like the gym, the class, and then after class, we can get you a free month pass. Does that sound good? What day works for you? And I said, Wednesday. He was like, definitely come in. So, and then that was like March 9th of 2022, man. So, yeah, man, I went in and got my butt kicked, bro. It was like the worst day ever. Like these two guys just like whipped my ass, man. Like seriously, dude. Like I was like, man, I didn't break anything today. Like these guys just broke me in half. Like there was a blue belt in there. And he's still a good friend, man. There was a blue belt in there, and there was two white belts. And I think they only had like a couple months on me, They started a couple months like before I showed up. And bro, they tore me in half, man. I was like, and that's the thing about jiu-jitsu, man. I always thought like I was a tough guy. I was like, man, if anybody comes up to me, bro, and like tries to get me, bro, like, man, they don't stand a chance, bro. But jiu-jitsu taught me like, you think you're a badass? You ain't no badass, bro. Like you're a little wimp, bro. Like you just got like ripped in half. And then like, 6 months straight, man, just got my butt whipped, dude, like every day. And then that day I he asked me, he's like, you can either have a month free, and Nick is a cool guy, man. Like he's a really good friend now, and he's a mentor in some ways, man. And he changed my life, You know, like
Right.
like he gave me like doing jiu-jitsu gave me like I think a good like 10, 12 years extra in life, man, because of how
Damn.
healthy you have to remain, you know. But he was like, okay, he was like, we can do. He went through the whole, you know, like how much it costs, and he's like, if you don't do a month and you sign up now, like I'll sign you up at this price, and it'll be the price for the rest of your life, which is like, you know, it was, you know, it wasn't that much, but it was a lot because I was like, man, that's an extra like, you know, 100 something bucks, you know, a month that I have to pay on top of my gym fees. But I was like, man, but I need to kick these fools' butt someday. I was like, I'm not gonna leave here like a punk, man. I was like, just
Yeah.
sign me up. I was like, just sign me up right now. Sign me up, man. 6 months, you know, like give me that 6 month thing, and you know, I'm gonna see how it rides, you know. And I haven't left yet, man. I've been training like from that day on. I trained like 3 days a week, you know, for like the first like 3 months, and then I stepped it up to where I was training like double days, man. I was going like 8, 9 times
Damn.
a week, you know, like I would do morning class and night class, um, and then I started doing tournaments, man. And my first tournament was in Stockton. We went to Stockton, dude. It was my first tournament. We went to Jiu Jitsu World League, like I think it's called like the California, and I got second, man. Dude,
Oh, damn.
I should have got first, Mo, because I was. I mean, if Nick ever watches this, he's gonna laugh, bro. Because when I was there, when in the championship match, you know, we had a stack. It was like 8 men and 8 men. You know, like in my weight class, there was 8 guys. You know, my weight class is around 165, and yeah, man, I thought I sucked, bro. I was like, I trained super hard for it. You know, like super hard, man. I trained like, you know, 2, 3 months for it, but I didn't have any confidence. I never like, you know, I never went to a tournament. But bro, like when I got into the championship match, I was just happy to be there, bro. I was like, man, worst thing I can get is a silver. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, who cares? Like, you know, like if this guy gets gold, bro. Like, and the guy, he I had messed up. Because I didn't know the rule set, and he beat me by like a sweep, which is like by 2 points, you know. Um and then you know, I was happy with the silver. I was stoked, bro. But you know, like a week later, I was like, man, I should have got that gold. Like I could have just, man, I could have manhandled that dude. Like, why did I settle for a silver? So the
Yeah.
next tournament, man, I went off, bro. I was like, I'm gonna sub all these guys, all these fools. I was like, you know, like my coach was like, my coach said something to me, and I was like, I'm not leaving out here without a gold. Like hella loud, dude. Like after my first match, I beat the first guy. It's like we're getting gold, and then man, I I it was an 8 man bracket too again, and I you know, I subbed 2 guys. The first guy I subbed within a minute, like under like a minute, bro. I was like, I'm gonna get this
Damn.
guy. I'm gonna show all these fools like you better watch out. You know, like I pass his guard. You know, like I'm a everybody will laugh. I'm a guard puller because I have, which means I don't even go for the takedown. I just sit on my ass and go from there. You know, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm super confident in my guard. Like you ain't gonna pass it, bro. You know, like I'm gonna sweep you within like, you know, 5 seconds, and I'm gonna be on top anyway. You know, so like, you know, that one, I beat the first guy within a minute. The second guy, I know I beat him by points, by like, you know, 7-0, and then the last guy, I subbed him with a with a collar choke, at the end. You know, like because I was like I would beat him by points already. I think I was up like 9-0, but I was like, man, I want the perfect match, bro. Like you ain't coming, you ain't getting out of here. I want your neck, bro. So like the last like 10 seconds, I subbed him. You know,
Yeah.
and then you know it's been awesome, man. Like, you know, my coach has been super awesome. My teammates have been super awesome, man. And from then on, that first gold, I've went 5 straight golds, man, and no one has scored on me, Mo.
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
Congrats, dude.
yeah, no one has scored on me, bro. Like my last big one was an IBJJF, like here in San Diego Open, and man, these guys were beasts, bro. That I went against, man. Like it was the hardest tournament I ever had, man. But I was able to get gold, man. I just played a really smart game against these guys because I think they're actually better. Those guys are better than me, like hands down, bro. Like, but I had a game plan and I know what I'm good at. You know, like so if I can control the pace and I just played on my strengths, you
Yeah.
know, my plan A, like I'll have a chance. That's what my coach always tells me. Like my coach is funny, man. I'm like, hey, I was like, Nick, I want to take this guy down. He goes, why the hell you want to do that, bro? Why do you want to do the whole takedown thing? Just play guard and sweep him and then get on top and win. Like, don't do him. He's like, don't do no stupid shit. Just do what you're good at. And from then on, I was like, you make sense, man. Like, don't show off. Just play your A game, and no one's gonna beat you, man. Don't try nothing fancy unless you need to, you know.
Right.
You know, you have to have a plan A and a plan B, you know, and I have a pretty decent plan B. But my plan A, you know, man, no one has been able to beat it yet, man. So, you know, I just keep working on that stuff, man. But I mean, I always say to everybody, man, like, you know, our age, if you want to lose weight, man, if you want discipline, you want a good community, man, like, jiu-jitsu is the way, man. You know, like, I met a lot of good friends and a lot of close friends now, and, you know, a really good community. And my son does it, you know, and he has a lot of good friends, and I can trust that, you know, if a bully picks on him, like, man, he's gonna take that fool out, man. You know, like he goes against some big kids sometimes, and he has a better top game than me. Like, you know, a stand-up game.
Right,
you know, like,
right.
He has a better stand-up game than me. Like, he like, this is a Sotogari, like, it's like his move. Like, they see it coming, bro, but he gets them anyway. It's like a trip, and he gets them anyway, bro. And then I kind of helped him with this. Nick kind of talked to me about it, but I taught him a snap down, like, to, you know, counter, you know, how they beat the Sotogari, and he kills them that way too. So my son has a better stand-up game than me, man. You know, so
I want to ask you then, because what's the difference in training or competing with gi and no gi? Because I always hear that, you know, like.
Gi is all about grips. I mean, they're both about grips, but with gi, like, you can grab everything.
Do you train both ways, or do you have to train differently?
I mean, I specialize in gi because I compete in gi. So, like, if you say about 100 classes, I went to about 80 classes in gi and 20 classes in no gi. You know, but in no gi, it's like, everything's slippery, man. You have milliseconds to get what you need. You know, like, because everybody's sweating. You know, like, when it gets later in the rounds, man, like, you know, like, everybody's sweating and everything's just slippery, man. Like, you can't, like, in gi, you can get a grip. It's all about, like, establishing grips, you know, and from the grips, you can control that person and set up what you need to, you know.
Right,
it's the same thing for no gi, but man, everything's so slippery, dude. You know, you have to have a strong grip, and, you know, in no gi, like, going after legs is more, you know, more of a thing, you know, like leg locks, you know, leg locks, knee locks, you know, ankle locks and all that stuff, which I don't specialize in, man. Like, you know, like, I'm a gi guy, you know, like, I'm more like, you know, like collar chokes and, you know, and different setups for, like, you know, different kind of chokes, you know, or getting the back and arm bars. In arm bars, so this is the difference, man. And when you do an arm bar in gi, right, I can grab the gi here, and I can grab the gi here, and then I can sit back and get you, right? You know?
Yeah.
In no gi, you only have a certain amount of time to get it, because the guy's so damn slippery, man. So if you do it, like, we call it a burrito hold, you know, like, it's like a burrito hold. You hold the tip of, you know, their right here, their wrist, and you burrito hold it, man. If you don't get that in, like, you know, within like 5 seconds, bro, like, that guy's flipping, that guy's gone, because it's so damn slippery, you know. Like,
yeah.
It's two different games, man. Like, gi is a slower pace, because it's more like, it's more of a thinking process, because you have to deal with all these different grips. So you're always breaking grips, making your own grips, and all that other stuff. And you do the same thing for no gi, but it moves a lot faster, you know, because everything's so slippery, you know. And plus, like, I mean, no gi's like the thing, man. You know, I mean, I won't lie, bro. I mean, gi's kind of like dead right now, you know, but I still love gi, because, I mean, I'm not trying to be like a super champion. I'm just trying to stay in shape and stay alive for my kid, you know.
Right.
You know, if you want to be a pro, you have to do gi. You have to be good at no gi. I mean, because no gi's a thing, man. No gi's like, you know, in some ways it's practical in the real world, because you're not going to be grabbing. No one has, like, you know, stuff to grab, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like, you're going to be grabbing like this, you know, like all this. There's no cloth. But in some ways it's not, because I can grab your shirt and choke you with your shirt the same way I do with the gi, you know?
Right. Yeah.
You know, like, if you know how, you know? So, but yeah, man, it's it's awesome, man. Jiu-jitsu is awesome, man. Everybody thinks it's like, oh man, you want to be a tough guy, I want to fight. It's not even about that, dude. It's about like staying like cool under pressure, you know? When
Yeah.
someone's smashing you like crazy or you're in a bad position, like keeping your calm and walking through the steps, you know, of your technique. You know, like I always tell my son, like today my son was you know, I'm getting him ready for a tournament and I told him, I was like, dude, like you're trying to use your strength too much. Like don't depend on your strength, depend on your technique. You know, your technique will trump any strength, any muscle you have, you know, with the big guys, you know, because the
Right.
big
Yeah.
guys rely on their strength, man. Like, you know, like, and it's hard, you know, but if you have good technique, I mean, you can trump their strength, you know, and that's the thing jiu-jitsu promises, man, is like, you know, like if you're a technician, it'll work, you know, so.
Yeah. Do you like I know that we're already hitting, we're closer to
Yeah.
50 than anything, but
Uh,
like has there been any inclination of like wanting to do more like stand up, like
oh
Muay
hell no,
Thai?
dude.
No.
I do one stand up a week in our Friday. We have a Friday wrestling class in the midday, and I do that. You know, I do that with some of the guys, but you know, I pick the guy. You know, I pick my partners. Like, you know, I'm choosy about who I roll with because I'm older, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like like the young guys that are young, dumb, and full of cum, bro. I stay away from those guys. You know, like, and if they're like less than one stripe white belt or two stripe less than two stripe, I ain't messing with you, man. Because I'm old, man. Like if I get injured, it takes me more time to get back on the mat, and I'm all about just staying on the mat. You know, I want to
Yeah. Yeah.
like 50% of it is like 50% of like jiu-jitsu for me is like is becoming a better technician, right? Like just becoming a better jiu-jitsu player, man. Like learning techniques and like rounding my making my game better. But the other half is just staying in shape for my kid, you know, because my family, like, bro, like they die before they're 65, man. I'm trying to like be different, you
Yeah.
know,
No, I
like
mean,
they,
I'm.
you know,
Yeah, I mean, like we're like
we're,
we're on the same boat. My grandpa, my dad, they passed away relatively young.
yeah, my
Yeah.
dad too, man. You know, my mom, she passed away when she was 83. My dad passed away when he was like 65, I think, or something like that, you know. But
Yeah.
everybody before him like passed away a lot sooner or had like just not, not full lives because they were hooked on they diabetes, just hooked on a dialysis. So you can't really do nothing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my whole thing is just like staying healthy, man, so I can be there for my kid, man, and play with my grandkids, like have that time. Like
Yeah.
that's for me, that's the main goal. Like you know, but being a better technician and like one day getting my black belt is a goal, man. But that is the most important part is for my kid, my family, you know,
Yeah. It's
just
good to
it,
hear,
man.
man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just man, we're at the point where we know we're gonna die pretty soon, right? Just,
We're closer to that than
we're on
like yeah.
we're in the fourth quarter now, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, let's
I
be
would say
honest. You say
third
third,
quarter.
I say fourth, bro. Third, right? We're okay. We're at the last. We're at the middle of the third quarter right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I want to go overtime, bro. Like
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you,
yeah,
man. Yeah.
I mean, I know we all gotta die one day, man. But I mean, I think it's the health risk in my family is way it makes it sooner than most for me. So and
Yeah.
none of my families that all my family my dad's side that passed away were never like never ate right or exercise or were into health. So I think that could be the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that I can get through and be different. So
Yeah.
but that's the most important part for me, man.
Yeah. Do you watch like now that you do jujitsu? Do you watch any UFC or no? It's completely different
Oh,
things.
I love UFC now, bro. I mean, I told you before, like before jiu-jitsu, I had no idea what I was like, man, all these freaking like these tap out guys, they think they're tough watching UFC, man. Yeah, whatever, bro. Like, they all they would talk about UFC. Oh man, he should have done this arm bar, this Kimura. Man, he needs to learn his wrestling. I was like, you guys know nothing, man. Whatever, bro. I was not. I just thought it was like a Donald Trump thing. Honestly, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because he would show up to every MMA fight all the time, man. I was like, bro, why do I want to watch this when Donald Trump's all up in there all the time? But man, like as I got into it, man, once I started getting into jiu-jitsu, you learn, man, like these fighters, bro, like they're the most realist people around, bro. Like, like you have to have a disciplined life to become a great fighter. When you train for tournaments, man, it's all about discipline, man, because you have to get in my weight category, I usually walk around like at 170, 175, somewhere around there. So I have to lose 10 pounds, man, in a healthy way to make my weight class. And just think about these fighters, bro, man. Like these fools are losing like 40 pounds before they fight.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to tell the most disciplined people, I mean, I think the hardest thing to be disciplined about is about like what you eat and how you eat. Like that's hard, man. When you're out eating, bro, and my son's eating a freaking, double double, and he's eating his fries, and I'm on the other side, like eating like a freaking, Flying Dutchman with no cheese and no salt. I'm just like with a fork. You're just like, and you're watching him just drink his milkshake, and you're just like, dude, I wish I could have one. And
Yeah,
just telling
yeah,
yourself, no, I can't do it. I need to lose 15 pounds. And keeping your calorie count and your macronutrients. I didn't even know what a macronutrients before jiu-jitsu, because you have to count your protein intake, and your fat intake and your salt intake, and all these different things to get to the weight you need to be in a healthy way, so you can actually compete. You don't want to compete like a zombie, man. Like eating, just not eating something. You need to be able to keep some muscle and some strength for the competition. And you see these guys for MMA, man. These dudes are doing it, bro. Like
yeah.
40 pounds, going to sauna, bro. Like just like sweating it out, dude. Like it sucks, man. Going to sauna, bro. Like that, it sucks. Dude.
Have you had to do the sauna with the suit and the on the bike?
Nah, man. I lose my stuff in a healthy way, bro. I just like I have an app that I use, and then it just tells me what my calorie count is every day, and I stay on the calorie count, get as much protein, about 150 to 170 grams of protein every day, under 100 grams of salt, and I try to get like at least 100 to 200 grams of carbs every day, and I just do it for 3 months, man, until I give it the date where a week before my match,
Right,
and
right,
usually
right.
I make it. If I can stay disciplined on that with my app, I make it. And all losing weight is it's just all math, dude.
Yeah.
It's all just math. It's basic. I mean, it's basic math. Like if you can keep account. I mean, I'm at the point to where I actually weigh my food. I weigh my food just to get like grams, like to the single most like like a point of where that food is and how much it weighs and how much it calories it has, and macronutrients.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to do that for the last one, man, because I usually fight at 165, and in my match and my not, we don't call it fighting, but rolling. I usually roll at tournaments at 165, but I had to get to 160, man. For the IBJJF one, and that was hard, bro, man. And
For that extra 5 pounds? Damn.
that extra 5 pounds, bro, was like it was murder, bro. That's why I'm not competing right now, because, bro, it murdered my body. Like it murdered me, man. Like it changed my like biochemistry. I'm trying to get like my equilibrium back, like, and that was like 3 months ago.
Damn, dude.
My coach wants me to, he asked me if I, to roll in the next tournament, but I was like, no, I didn't tell him why, because I don't want to disappoint him, man. Because he's just, he's my coach, but bro, it messed me up, dude. Like getting down to 160. My wife told me, she was like, I never seen you that skinny. He was like, you were like bones,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was like, dude, I think for the last 5 pounds, I went into a sauna too. I went into a sauna for like 2 weeks straight. Like I was hanging out in there for a half hour. It was just all water weight, man. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, you shouldn't lose too much weight, dude. Like, and you just think about those fighters who are losing 40 pounds, bro. How that's messing with their body. Like I felt just that extra 5 pounds. 165, I'm good at, man. Like I feel good. I feel healthy, man. But at 160, it was actually like I felt like I do when I felt fat. Like just not healthy. Like you're just like, what's going on with my body? You know, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
too much. Like there's a point to where it doesn't balance out. What I'm saying? Like you're
yeah,
too heavy, you feel like shit. Or if you lose too much, you could feel like shit too. So,
yeah,
but
yeah.
bro, that tournament was just all heart, bro. That was the hardest tournament ever, man. I was like, in my head, I was like, I didn't lose 20 pounds to come here to get a freaking silver. In my head, I was like, you are not gonna beat me, fool. No way. I gave up cake. I gave up freaking ice cream. I gave up like cookies. I gave up steaks for this. I'm gonna get me a gold. I was in my head, bro. And right after the fight, right after my match, I got my thing, right. And the lady, they were selling all these T-shirts, and they had like a Krispy Kreme, and I was like, "Ma'am, I haven't had anything good to eat for 3 months. Can I please have 2 of those Krispy Kremes?" She goes, "Take as many as you want, honey." Bro, I ate like 4 of them. Like, oh, my friend was all laughing. I was like, "This is so good. You don't even understand, dude."
Wait, so like from when you weigh, like, is it the same day or is it a day before?
Now for that match, you weigh in when you go in. So you weigh, and then you sit in the bullpen before your match.
Oh, so you can't even like.
No, you can't, bro. You could eat while you're in the bullpen and try to gain weight, but you're gonna go in there all bloated.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can't do it, dude. And that's why that's like the a really prestigious tournament, because no one can cheat their weight. Like you can't go weigh in that night and just gain 20 pounds back overnight.
Yeah.
In World League, you can weigh in. There's another league. It's called World League, and you can weigh in at 8 o'clock. And if your match is at 3 o'clock, you have like a good 8 hours.
Few hours. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So everybody goes to Denny's and shit. And they go to tacos and eat steaks and whatever they want to eat.
Yeah.
But when I'm at 165, I don't need to do all that. I'm like, I don't care. Like I'm not starving. But when I was at 158, dude, I was like starving, dude. I was like, this is not good, Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, dude.
But just think about these fighters though, bro. They lose 40 pounds. Like, what's his name, man? The freaking Brazilian, that dude, you know who I'm talking about, the kickboxer. What's his name?
You talking about the one that just lost last 2 weeks ago?
No, the one that's killing everybody, bro. Let me see. The guy that beat Izzy, bro. And then Izzy.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know he lost 40 for the fight.
Bro, when he fought Izzy, bro, that dude lost like 50, 60 pounds, bro. Like, it's crazy.
I was watching that fight with some friends. I was like, you know what? I know that Dana wants to make money, but like that wasn't like Izzy should have taken like maybe 1 or 2 fights to get ready. Like he hasn't fought in like a year and a half, almost 2 years, and then right off the bat he gets a rematch for the championship belt, and I'm like,
dude, if that dude fights, let me see, who's this guy, the Brazilian champion? Let me see. See, man, I'm getting old, bro. Champ UFC. They'll tell me right off the bat. Not Amanda Nunez. What's his name? You come on, man.
I'm looking it up now. Israel Adesanya. Who did he lose to?
Pereira.
Oh, okay. You're not talking about DDP, right?
Alex Pereira, man. No, Pereira.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. If that fight happens, that dude who beat Izzy fights Pereira, that's gonna be a good fight. Because those dudes, bro, they're murderers, man. But I think Pereira's gonna knock him out, though, bro. Pereira just, man, that dude just like, like I'd be scared walking in a fight with that dude, man. Like that dude's crazy.
Yeah,
that dude's a killer, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I didn't know nothing about UFC until 2.5 years ago, bro. I'm honest, man. 2 years ago, because I didn't even get into UFC until I was like 6 months into like Jiu Jitsu.
Damn. So you didn't watch it like, I know before we get going. So you didn't watch it like when it was like Chuck Liddell and
no,
like
dude.
Tito Ortiz. Like to me, that's when I was really into it. And that's also like around the time when I used to take boxing and kickboxing. That's when I was kind of like really into that stuff, and that's like the peak of when I was really into UFC, like the Deldells and the Tito Ortiz and George St. Pierre and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I watched a fight. I watched GSP once, and that was about it, dude. You know, I didn't even know about Khabib and all those guys, bro. That's all new to me. You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
I had no idea, man. I had no idea. You know, like
Oh, dude, so you never got to see when Nate Diaz beat Conor McGregor, right?
bro. I didn't know nothing. I knew about Nate Diaz because I lived in Stockton, dude. You know, in
Yeah,
the 209. But I mean, did I really know who he was or what he did? No, I didn't know none of that, dude. Like I was totally blank. You know, like no, it was like I was totally new to everything, man. Like it was as if like if I started collecting comics 2.5 years ago, I didn't know what Marvel was. I had no
yeah,
idea
yeah,
what UFC was, bro. But it's been
yeah,
fun now. I mean, I watch it all the time, dude. I watch every UFC, like and it's cool, man. It's awesome.
yeah. I'm like the opposite. I don't follow it like the way I used to. So now I don't really know the fighters' names and stuff.
Yeah,
But
man. Me and my wife like it. She likes watching one. You know, it's the one on Amazon. Um, it's called the One Fighting Championship. She likes watching that one. She's all into
okay,
that. I like it too. I like it too, man. Like Mighty Mouse is on there. So when Mighty Mouse fights, I like him. And there's a couple of good like grapplers, like the Rotolo brothers. Those guys are sick, dude. There's just one man. There was a match. So like, if you don't know what jiu-jitsu is, like watch the Cade Rotolo against Hackett, Andrew Hackett, in the CGI. It was just like last week, dude. That was like the sickest match ever, bro. Like hands down, the sickest like jiu-jitsu match ever. I was
I'll have
like,
to
these
look it
dudes,
up, man.
these dudes. So it's Rotolo, like Cade Rotolo versus Andrew Hackett, man. It was sick. I was like, these two freaking young guys, bro. They were going at it, bro. There was times where both of them were in like deep like chokes, or their legs were all like in like leg locks, and they were like, I ain't tapping, because whoever became champion got $1 million. So no one was
Oh
tapping,
damn!
bro. No, they're like, bro, I'm gonna break my leg, bro. I need $1 million.
But is it Cade Rutolo versus William Tackett?
Yeah, William Tackett.
Okay,
William Tackett. Yeah, not
I'll watch
Hackett.
that shit.
Tackett. Bro. That match, bro. The whole CGI, it's called like the Craig Jones Invitational, was sick because that slanted like kind of like they had this slanted like ring where there was no out of bounds, so you would just go against the slanted freaking like wall, and you had to keep going at it, dude. Like so they were like trying to run it up or around it, trying to pass each other guards and choking each other's backs. It was the sickest thing ever, dude.
All right, I'll definitely check that out, man.
Yeah, there's this other thing called ADCC, right? It's like the Olympics of jiu-jitsu. It happens every 2 years. And this guy's like, man, ADC sucks, bro. You guys rule sucks, whatever, bro. But I'm gonna do my own thing on the same weekend as you. And everybody's like, man, this fool can't pull off, bro. Man, everyone loves ADCC, bro. CGI, bro, CJI, whatever it is, blew out the water, bro. It was like the best freaking, bro. I was stuck watching the tournament. I was like, dude, this is the sickest tournament ever. Like these dudes were just, bro. It was sick. It was awesome, man. Yeah, gotta give that dude props, man. It was the sickest tournament ever.
Yeah, I think I found it on YouTube. I'll definitely check it out, man, for sure.
But I always recommend everybody, man, like our age, man. Like, I mean, if you're a nerd, like we all are, like nerds belong in jiu-jitsu because it's all like a chess match. It's like a human video game. Like if you love video games, jiu-jitsu's for you, bro, because it's all a video game. It's all like trying to set someone up like it's a chess match, man. Like
Right.
it's like like trying to think about your gameplay 5 steps ahead, on where you want to get somebody,
Yeah,
and, it's you learn like it's a big human it's like human chess basically,
yeah,
it's the funnest thing ever, dude. And you get a good community and everybody's a nerd, bro. Like that's one thing I learned about jiu-jitsu is like, man, they're just all freaking nerds. They're just nerds of something else,
yeah,
like these guys live and die, jiu-jitsu, like, comic book collectors live and die, like, buying their comics and stuff, man. It's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. I know I don't want to take too much of your time. It's already getting late for the both of us, man. But I want to thank you, man, for joining on, dude.
Man, that was fun, bro. Thanks for letting
Yeah,
me talk Jiu-Jitsu, bro. I never got to talk Jiu-Jitsu
of
on
course,
YouTube.
dude. I mean, anytime, like, you know, you're able to come back on, I want to get you back on. Especially, like, you know, I try to get, I want to get guests that are like expertise in things that I want to know about, you know.
Yeah,
So
man.
anytime, like there's like UFC, jiu-jitsu stuff, I'm definitely gonna be tapping you as a resource, man.
Oh man, I mean, I'm not a man. I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. I'm not a fighter. Like jiu-jitsu guys don't punch each other, dude. So we just roll. Like UFC's on another level. Them fools like smack each other, kick each other, whatever, bro. Like we just roll, man. Like they always laugh at us when they say, "Oh," when we say, "Oh man, I got to fight tomorrow." Well, like you ain't fighting no brother. You just running around like a couple gay guys. Like yeah, basically that's what we do. Like I was rolling with one of my friends today. She's a girl, and like we go in guard, right? Which means like you wrap your legs around their waist and you're on your back. And I was like, "How you doing?" She's like, "I'm fine." I'm like, we're in a very compromising position, and we're just saying like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah,
I thought about it. I was like, and she's like, "Yeah, but who cares?" She's like, "I've been
yeah,
rolling with you for 2 years. You ain't gonna bother me." Like it's just the funniest thing ever. You're like in the most compromising position, and you're just like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" Or "Hey, what's up? How you doing?"
yeah,
Male or
yeah, yeah,
female.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
who cares? So
Well, either way, man, I want to get you back on. We could talk jiu-jitsu, comic books, movies, Star Wars, whatever, man.
hey, bro, anytime, man. You got me, man.
All right, thanks a lot, man. And with that, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back. I don't know about next week because it's a holiday, but maybe if not next week, in 2 weeks. Peace out,
All right,
guys.
bro. All right, guys.